I mean, it's respectful. It's honorable to vacate the belt, to not hold up division where guys been working so hard to get their shot at the title. He's doing it the right way, you know. And I've never seen him in person, but if he can make one, you know, everybody says he's heavy, he walks around heavy, but if he can make 145, I don't know how big he is, because some of these lightweights are huge.
I gotta be honest, I would have been a little selfish in this situation, because what if he loses? What if he does earn a title fight? And what if he loses? Now he's not even the featherweight champion anymore. Should have held on to the belt, waited. Lopez and Volkanovski would have gladly fought for an interim championship. You go out there with nothing to lose. You're playing with house's money. We saw so many guys do that before, and I don't know that they had the same type of leverage that Ilia Topuria has right now.
Is that a fight that you would love to have?
That's a fight I want. I want that fight. That's another one just to prove everyone wrong. You know what I mean? He's a midget, lad. He's not a lightweight. He shouldn't be fighting at lightweight. He should have stuck at featherweight. And it's gonna be the downfall of his career.
Only because I just feel bad for him, because I understand how it is to work so hard only to fall short due to injury, not to anything else. And you know, if that's what I heard on him, he got injured during the weight cut, and I know that happened to Khabib. So, you know, I just feel for him.
Ilia Topuria has decided to go straight for Islam Makhachev without facing Arman Tsarukyan or any of the top dogs in the lightweight division. The MMA world had plenty to say about his decision. The now former UFC featherweight champ, Ilia Topuria, won't be taking on Arman. His team confirmed the news to the Russian media outlet TASS. Ilia Topuria recently vacated the featherweight title to move up to the lightweight division. The Georgian fighter is aiming to take on champ Islam Makhachev and become a double champ. According to reliable sources, Topuria's team told the media, Ilia wants a title fight. He's not fighting for contender status against Tsarukyan or anyone else. So the former featherweight champ made it crystal clear. He moved up just to fight Islam Makhachev and isn't interested in taking on anyone else. There have been rumors that Topuria might face Arman, with the winner earning a title shot against the Dagestani star. But Topuria completely shut that down. He wants Islam, no detours, no tune-ups. On the flip side, even before Ilia made the jump to 155, lightweight champ Islam Makhachev had already said Topuria needed to go through some real contenders before getting a shot at the belt. I'm not giving him a title fight right away because he hasn't put in the work at this weight class. There are still killers he needs to beat, but he doesn't want to cut weight anymore. Let him move up and earn it, and we'll fight for sure. Islam Makhachev hasn't shown much interest in fighting Topuria. The lightweight champ has also been eyeing a move up to welterweight. Same goes for Khabib. He believes Topuria needs to prove himself against some real threats in the division before getting a crack at Islam Makhachev.
I think if he move up and he beat somebody like Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira, he's next. Why not? Because there is nobody.
So you don't think right now Ilia deserves a shot at 155 pounds?
Without fighting in 155? Without? No, I don't agree. Because Islam already give chance. And people talk bad about, like, oh, he fight 2 times with Volkanovski. But the UFC pushed this fight. And this fight was good in first fight. But why Islam have to give 3 times chance for 145 champion? Why?
Dana White hasn't signed off on the Islam versus Topuria fight just yet. A few days ago, he dropped the fight cards for UFC 314 and 315, but there was no word on this matchup. Dana made it clear. Nothing is set in stone for Topuria's lightweight debut.
Topuria has felt like he's done all that he can in that division, and he feels like he's cemented his legacy, and his body cannot make the weight anymore, so Topuria will be moving up to 155 pounds and will be vacating the featherweight title.
However, popular podcaster Ariel Helwani spilled some behind-the-scenes UFC info. According to Helwani, the fight between Islam and Topuria is almost a done deal and is expected to go down later this year. Ariel Helwani tweeted, "The plan is for Ilia Topuria to fight Islam Makhachev this year. I'm told it could happen as soon as International Fight Week. Lots to unpack and break down. I'll drop a reaction video on my channel soon." On top of that, former interim UFC lightweight champ Dustin Poirier reacted to Topuria's decision to move up to 155. He praised Topuria for his standout performances in the featherweight division. Poirier, a top contender at lightweight, believes Topuria has the skills to hang with the best in the division.
There was a lot of big news that Dana White kind of dropped on Wednesday. The biggest one is that Ilia Topuria is vacating the featherweight title to move up to lightweight. I know you're on this Legends Only tour right now, but a lot of people seem to want to see that fight. I'm not asking if you would take that fight, but just what do you make of Ilia just vacating the belt and now moving to your division?
I mean, it's respectful. It's honorable to vacate the belt, to not hold up the division where guys been working so hard to get their shot at the title. He's doing it the right way, you know. And I've never seen him in person, but if he can make one, you know, everybody says he's heavy, he walks around heavy, but if he can make 145, I don't know how big he is, because some of these lightweights are huge.
And then they booked that fight against Volkanovski and Lopez for the vacant title. They haven't announced Ilia's next fight. Obviously, he wants to fight Islam. Islam's team seems to want him to maybe take a fight against a contender to prove he's a lightweight, so it's not doesn't look like he's just beating up an undersized featherweight again. But do you think Ilia deserves the first shot at the title, or should he have to go through someone like an Arman or a Charles or someone like you or Gaethje or someone like that?
That's tough to say, especially like with all the contenders, how the lightweight division's been over the last few years. But with a guy like him, vacating the belt and moving up, finishing Max Holloway the way he did, like I would give him a crack at the lightweight title right off the bat.
Ilia Topuria has made his intentions clear to come to 155, so it's official. So before we even get to anything else, man, I know we all heard the whispers, but what's your reaction, man? He actually vacated the belt. He won't be defending it. He is coming to 155.
Wow. Hey, you know, respect. I can't say any more than that, right? But huge respect.
Do you think that, let's say Ilia does get this shot against Islam, do you think it's deserved? Do you think he should have to fight someone else first? Do you think, in a sense, he's cutting the line here?
Well, you know, of course he's cutting the line, but hey, if the fans, if that's what they want to see, that's what the UFC wants to see, then it's basically, he is cutting the line, but it's not a true sport. In a true sport, you're cutting the line. In a sport like this, which is not a true sport, it's entertainment first. So if more eyeballs are going to pay attention to Topuria, then obviously that's what the UFC is going to want. So yeah, from a realistic, real true sport, yeah, he's cutting the line, but not from an entertainment. Because if that was the case, how many times did Chael Sonnen skip the line? You know, he's complete everywhere. You know, what have I always said? I always said it. Habib has always said it. He fights however we ask him to fight, minute by minute, second by second, round by round, because he can. So we can have one plan going in, and all of a sudden we change it. And guess what? We have a fighter that is able to change it because he's that good. So for me, it's not a matter of what he's going to do. It's, you know, it's going to be a matter of what Ilia is not going to be able to do. You know, let's see if that happens, and I'm not saying it is. I mean, whoever they put in front of us, I know one thing, Islam is a true champion. He's going to say yeah.
What do you think it looks like if Ilia Topuria tries to shoot in on Islammakhachev in this fight?
He's a smaller guy. He's not as experienced on the ground as Islam. I don't think it favors him personally. I really don't. You know, I know he grapples with his own people, etc., etc. You know, but you know, it's one thing to grapple with them. It's another thing to grapple with the likes of Habib and Islam and some of these other killers that are in Dagestan. It's a whole different level. You know, and I've seen it. So, you know, I can honestly say there is no other gym that's going to have the type of caliber of grapplers that you know, Abdulmanov's gym has. There isn't. That's just a fact.
That's a wrap on today's video. Ilia Topuria is making bold moves, skipping the line, and calling for an immediate title shot against Islam Makhachev. But will the UFC actually give him the fight? And does he deserve it without facing top contenders like Arman Tsarukyan first? What do you guys think? Should Topuria get the title shot right away, or should he prove himself at lightweight first? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more MMA updates. We've got a lot more coming your way, so stay tuned.